Hi, morning everyone. It's Julia from Crosspatch with just a quickie this morning, talking about the Charm Pack Shuffle Quilt, which you can see behind me, which I made with a layer cake, with a Kath Holden layer cake, and this is the Junk Journal one. Just a really quick and easy quilt to make, and brilliant if you've got a layer cake. You can also make a Charm Pack version. So if you've got a Charm Pack, I made these a while ago. So this was some Adidas Sitar fabric I had. So that's the Charm Pack version of that one. And there's also a Charm Pack version using some French General. Now these were all made with my own cut Charm Pack, so my choice of fabric. So this was a French General one, this one. Okay. So we'll start off with the layer cake one, and I'm going to turn you down in a minute to show you how to do it. This is the pattern, so you can get the pattern on the website, and I think I've put it as a downloadable one as well. I've started putting patterns on as PDF downloadables. I think there's only about 4 patterns on there at the moment because I haven't had time to put any on, but just keep checking and they'll all be there eventually. So I'm going to move you down now to the work table so you can see how easy it is to put this together. So let's turn you down, try not to drop the phone on the floor. So we're going to start off with the layer cake version. So if you've got a layer cake, you want 3 different fabrics for the block. Well, it's how I did it anyway. With the layer cake, what I did was I wanted to have the cornerstones on each block. You don't want the same cornerstone to meet the other one. You want different coloured blocks. So as you can see on this one behind me, let's just take you over. I've picked out, on this one, I've picked out these button fabrics to use as cornerstones on this one. So I'd used 2 different colours, and I took out 4 10-inch squares from the layer cake. So there were 2 pink ones and 2 cream ones, and I cut all of those into 2.5-inch squares. Okay, so the layer cake quilt is 4 rows of 4 blocks. Okay, so you've got 16 blocks altogether. Right, okay, so to start with, I picked out all the big prints to use for my centerpieces. So this is a Junk Journal fabric again. Actually, this is leather and lace, but it's very similar vibe. So I've kept a 10-inch square for the middle, and then for the other one, the other square, I've cut it into 2.5-inch by 10-inch strips. So these will go around the edge of your center panel, and then again, from the 2.5-inch blocks that you've cut out, so you've pulled those 4 10-inch squares out and you've cut them all into 2.5-inch squares. So here's the first colour. So if I was making a quilt with this, I'd have picked out this one and maybe the turquoise print, which is the same as this, to do my other blocks in. So I'd do half and half. So 8 with this one and 8 with the other one. So once you've cut those out, you've got your 4 strips of 2.5 by 10, and these strips are going to go around your block. So you're going to start by sewing 1 either side of your block, okay? Using 1/4 inch seams, obviously. And then the other 2 that you've got left, you just want to sew a 2.5-inch square to either end of those, okay? And they will go on the top and the bottom of your block. So once you've done that, you're going to end up with strips like that to go on the top and bottom. So you'll sew your strips either side of this block, and then the strips with cornerstones will then go on the top and the bottom of your block, and then you will end up with your finished block that will look like this. So it's really quick to cut, really easy to put together, and then just arrange in 4 rows of 4 to finish your quilt. Bob's your uncle, you've done a quilt. So you can do, like, you can make a whole, if you're like manic like me, you'll do a whole quilt in a day easily. my advice is always cut it out the day before and then go in the next morning and start sewing. So let's move those out of the way. So if you want to do a charm pack version, if you've got my charm packs, I always do 2 of every fabric, okay? So for this one, I would have, in my charm pack, I'd have 2 of these squares and I'd have 2 of these squares. So I go through and sort all my charm pack. I would take the 2 big print squares and put 2 smaller print squares with it. So here's my charm pack square of 5 inches. The other charm pack square, which is the same, I've cut for the cornerstones, so I've cut 4 squares of 2.5 inches out of the other charm pack. So these will go in each corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. And for my other squares, my other 2 charm squares, I've cut them in half. So you've got 4 pieces of 2.5 inches by 5, and they will be your sashing strips. Again, just put them together the same way as you do with a layer cake, 1 each side of your centre square, so your little cornerstones to each end of your other strips, and then add them to the top and the bottom. So that's really as simple as it is. It's really quick and easy, layer cake charm pack friendly. If you want a quick quilt and you've got fabrics like this that are so beautiful that you don't want to cut up, let's put you back up again so you can see the quilt again. They're so pretty. I really didn't want to cut my butterflies up or the flowers up. I know it's an easy quilt, but the fabric's too nice to cut up into little bits, so that's why I've done it. It'll be on Create and Craft this weekend. You'll see it there. I doubt if I'll have time for a demo, which is why I've just done this quickly now. I lied, not this weekend, next weekend. Create and Craft is the 10th and 11th, I believe. That's next weekend. I'm not going this weekend. So I'm all ready, I'm all packed up. This is hiding a multitude of sins underneath here. I'm taking the super big boys with me. So there you go, all the super big boys ready packed for orders. Lots of the layer cakes, I don't know if you can see them around here, packed ready to take with me. Boxes of baby boys there that I need to cut up, and if you look out the window you can see what a lovely delightful grey day it is here today. Anyway, have a lovely weekend. Hopefully I'll see you next week on Create and Craft. Okay, bye.